to Undisputed. We are live from L.A. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. Good morning. How are you doing on this Friday, guys?
The NFL is back. And I have decided that in honor of Tom Brady's upcoming 44th birthday, soon to be celebrated on August 3rd, happy birthday to Ernestine also on that day, I have decided my goal this NFL season is to win 44 cases of Diet Dew from you, Mr. Hall of Famer.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, it is.
It's not gonna happen.
I think I got a shot.
You know why? Because you're gonna pick the Cowboys too often.
I just might. I just might do it right now.
Okay,
right now. Optimistic. You know, and this is the thing, Shannon. He always feels really good right before the season starts. And yes, it is football season. It is Cowboys season, and they had their first training camp practice yesterday. And USA Today has some good news here for Skip. So, according to their predictions, the Cowboys will win the NFC East and make the playoffs with a 10-7 record. But it stops there with the Cowboys losing in the first round to the Rams. They do, however, have Tom Brady and the Bucs repeating as Super Bowl champs over the Browns of all teams. So, Shannon, do you have a problem with these picks?
Well, first of all, the Cowboys are not winning the NFC East. So if
yes, they are.
No.
I mean, that's the only given in this whole debate.
No, absolutely not.
Well, I mean, how hard is it to win the least?
That's y'all.
Oh, that's y'all?
That's what Washington and the Giants said.
Yeah.
How hard is it to win the East when we got the Cowboys and the Eagles in the division?
Look at that number 4. He's back.
Okay. We're going to talk about him a little later also. Skip, look, my Super Bowl prediction, and it's really early. I mean, the only team that's going to camp, if I'm not mistaken, are your Cowboys. And so there are a lot of things.
I think everybody's opening tomorrow.
In the next 3 days, everybody's going to be in camp. I'm going to say it's going to be a rematch. And I'm saying the Bucs and the Chiefs will run it back. But the Frank Clark situation has me concerned because they were a little shaky on defense last year, being able to consistently generate pressure. And really, there are only 2 guys that can generate pressure. That's he and Chris Jones. And if he's out, now they can double Chris Jones. They did sign Okafor back. He comes back for another season. So that has me a little concerned. I love what they did offensively. Trading their first-round pick for O. Brown, who's a Pro Bowl right tackle, slid to left, made the Pro Bowl at left tackle. Second-round draft pick on Creed Humphrey. They signed Joe Tooney in free agency. Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, he's back. So I don't believe he'll get the harassment that he got in last year's Super Bowl. The question is, will they be a little better defensively on that side? Tampa, they bring everybody back, and barring injury, I think the NFC is probably a little easier to navigate than the AFC, especially what's going on in Green Bay. Matthew Stafford is in the Rams, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to go right now. I'm going to go Chiefs-Bucs. Now, as far as the NFC East.
Can I have a winner, please? Just an early gut feeling. I'm not going to hold you to it, but we got to know something as we get to
I just don't see on my homeboy. My homeboy ain't losing 2 in a row.
No?
No, I don't see that in the cards with my homeboy.
Boy, Brady beats him every time when it matters. Well, in the playoffs, he just beats him. He owns him.
We got y'all early in the year. Y'all got us when it really mattered.
That's right. And we got you good.
We got y'all the year before we didn't get an opportunity to get the rematch.
AFC Championship game, overtime, 3 straight 3rd and 10 conversions by Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. at Kansas City in the cold.
You got an edge. You're 3-1. Now let's get to your NFC East, your Cowboys. Skip, the Giants are loaded. I love what they did in the draft. Kadarius Toney. They brought in Galladay, Slayton, Shepard, Kyle Rudolph, Evan Ingram, and they get arguably one of the better back. He's not arguably, he's a top back when he's healthy. He's coming back off the ACL. They'll slowly integrate him back into the mix. If it doesn't happen this year, the Giants need to move on from Daniel Jones because they can't give him any more weapons than what they've already given. Now, Skip, I like Fitzpatrick. But they got expectations in Washington. And he never seems to come through when expectations are placed on him. Now, if he was just brought in there, it's like, if Washington didn't do anything, I was like, oh, man, Washington. But because their expectations, because they won the division last year, and they said, if we get better quarterback play, who knows where we can go in this division. So I'm going to say the Giants are first, Washington second, your team's third, Eagles pulling up the rear.
Okay, I'm going to address your NFC least predictions first. You said I'm going to quote you, the Giants are loaded, said the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe.
Yes.
They are loaded every place except at the place, which is quarterback.
Yeah.
Do you really trust that he's going to be the first best quarterback in this division?
He won't need to be. He just don't need to be the worst.
Really? Okay, so you're betting on Daniel Jones, and then subsequently, you're betting on your second-place team on a quarterback that you have told me for all 5 years we've been on this show, you can't trust him because you ride the Fitzpatrick roller coaster, and it rolls way up here, and then it rolls way down here and up here. And just when you want to trust him, just when you need him to be that guy, Fitzmagic, he's not. He's Fitztragic, right?
Yeah, I've just been dealing with that with the Cowboys for 27 years.
So this sounds like just straight Cowboy hate right out of the chute from you because you hate them so much you're picking Daniel Jones and Fitzmagic over the Dallas Cowboys in the division.
Skip, you do realize y'all been in this division for umpteenth years. What have you done in the last 27 years? Y'all haven't won the division in the last 2 years? You make it seem like it's a given.
I will address them in a moment, but now it is my turn to make my big picture predictions.
Okay.
And again, these are all too early predictions, but it's here, it's back.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm pumped up today because it's here. The Dallas Cowboys went to camp first. That's because they have the first exhibition game, right?
They'll be the first one eliminated from playoffs.
And that's why they have Hard Knocks already camped all around them, is because they are a team on the rise, a team on the verge. I haven't seen anybody not pick them to win the NFC East. And some people are picking them to be a, dare I say, dark horse Super Bowl contender.
That's you doing that.
No,
ain't nobody else. That's you.
I've heard several people. I'm not. They're on rival networks.
What,
so
Tim Cowlishaw and Clarence Hills Jr.?
No.
They don't count.
Mike Tannenbaum on ESPN. He's picking Dallas to win the NFC. Okay, so here's the point. Let's go big picture first before I address my Dallas Cowboys. I told you back on May the 13th when the schedules were released. I took one quick look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule, knowing that they had shattered another mold. They brought every single player back. Much to your chagrin, it cost you a bunch of Diet Dew because it just kept going and going and going, and it went all the way home. Everybody. Antonio Brown is back. Every single Shaq Barrett, you said, he's got to get paid. He's got the bank out there. Well, they kept him on the tag, okay? All right. Everybody is back because they had so much fun winning together. And my quarterback on that team, who is about to be 44 years of age, shockingly played all last season on a torn, ruptured MCL. Medial collateral ligament. It was ruptured. According to all reports, he had to get it repaired. And by all accounts, he is right on course to be ready to go for this upcoming season. And you're not believing it. You're not trusting it.
I ain't say that. I ain't say nothing.
Okay, so he was the Super Bowl MVP. He was the second rated by Pro Football Focus quarterback during the regular season last year to Aaron Rodgers, who was the runaway MVP, but Tom was ranked second, graded second by Pro Football Focus on a torn MCL. That's impossibly great for the GOAT. The GOAT got even goatier last year, right? So I look at this schedule and I say, time out. They're going to be favored, according to Fox Bet, in every single game. Now, the odds are obviously very long for them to win every single game. But I told you on May 13th, I will not be shocked if they do pull it off, because what's left for Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. to do? Well, he came very close to an undefeated season, as you know, off the 2007 season.
Correct.
When he had his greatest statistical season because he had Randy Moss. And then what happened? The Giants happened. And then what happened? Bill Belichick happened, because Tom did what Tom always does. He had a game-winning drive with 2 minutes left. He hit Randy Moss for the 14-10 go-ahead touchdown, and Belichick's defense spit it up after that and allowed Eli Manning to go 75 yards in 13 plays for the game-winning score.
The same Belichick defense that had just held the Giants to 10 points for the entirety of the game, and all y'all could do was have 7?
The money got pushed to the middle of the table, and Tom said, I'll do my part, Coach, if you'll do yours. Coach couldn't. Coach got out-coached.
Oh, my goodness.
And my point is, You don't think that sticks in Brady's cross? So what would be a crowning achievement? Not that this is going to be his last year, because I think he might play 4 or 5 more years.
My goodness,
but my point is this possibly an undefeated season?
No.
Is it possible that Tampa Bay would have 2 home games to get to the Super Bowl? Sure, it's very possible. I think even you would agree with that.
Skip, we put man on the moon. Now private citizens are going up in space. Anything's possible, but likely. What is the likelihood? What percentage do you believe they go undefeated?
What do I tell you again and again
I'm betting against him.
One man in sports I do not bet against, Tom Brady. And Tom Brady has the best team. He's got the best talent. I give you that. It's by far the best team he's ever played with. And he got thrown into the fire last year in the middle of a pandemic in which they couldn't even practice except in the public park. And they had 0 preseason games. And he had a whole new system and a whole new coaching staff and a coach who said, no risk it, no biscuit. We got bombs away. And Tom didn't play bombs away ever in his whole career in New England. And he played it last year because he led the NFL in air distance. You know, just the sheer distance he threw passes last year. And you don't think he's going to be a little better this time around? He said during Super Bowl week, we will definitely be better next year, just on continuity, repetition, togetherness, just one more year together. So are you sure they can't win every game? So I got 4 dicey games. They're fairly early. It's game 3. They're at Rams. It's pretty tough. And then we got the showstopper. We got